What's going on, you average gamers? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. This is going to be part 10 of my Last of Us series on Grounded. Really hope you enjoy. If you do, a like would be an absolute ton, and I hope I get to see you down there in the comments. Quick update, this is the rest of day 2, and I plan on doing all of day 3 in one video and all of Ellie's prologue in one video. So there should only be about 2 more videos after this one. As always, I love you all, and I hope that you guys continue to have a fantastic day. Encounters like this, where it's pretty much just only stalkers, are pretty easy, in my opinion. If you learn the dodging attack and everything like that, then you won't really get hit or take any damage. I mean, granted, I take a bunch of damage. The stalkers can be overwhelming if there's a bunch of them, which is, you'll see exactly what kind of happens here is, I'm not confident in the fact that I think I can melee them all, like there's just 4 standing in front of me. So I try to take out as many as I can with one bullet. I only get 2, but hey, it thins the herd, and now I have a one-on-one fight easy. It's a lot easier than fighting 4-on-1 and then having to dodge every half a second.
Nothing at all. So
I skipped through this entire thing because nothing at all exciting happens here. I just crouch walk the entire time and just make my way down towards the building. I try to scavenge for some loot. There's nothing really interesting. There's no combat scenarios. There's no deaths. It's just me walking for a long time. It's funny because every time I play the game, I keep telling myself, hey, you're going to do a permadeath playthrough. Yeah, and then that exact same thing you just saw is going to happen to me. I'm going to lose my freaking mind. So this right here is my second attempt. I ended up getting caught the first time. I just got grappled and then just jumped by a bunch of infected. So I've tried to do the exact same strat. I see that I have 3 pipe bombs. I am blown away that these 3 pipe bombs did not destroy this thing or like blow it up into bits and pieces. I took all 3 of them and I waste my entire ammo. I've gotten through this encounter before without alerting nothing, but that takes so much time trying to press lightly on your stick and avoid every altercation, so I just do the faster route and just shoot everything. Right there is where you get to see the incendiary bullets. You know, I shoot that from pretty far distance, and sometimes the shotgun may or may not kill somebody. But with the incendiary bullets, like the fire bullets that come out of it, it'll get rid of everything that's in front of you. I absolutely love it. I'll tend to craft that more than anything. I think, in my opinion, that bullets are more important than health in this game because actually I'm not sure how that works. Because there's multiple times where I got through an encounter just tanking some hits, and then there's also times where I wouldn't have gotten through an encounter if I didn't have an extra bullet. So there's a lot of give and take when it comes to this. So this place is the hospital where we're trying to get the medical supplies for Yara, who's Lev's sister. This is also one of my favorite parts of the game, where you fight that big giant infected. I play this game a lot, and I'll never understand how every single time I play it, that I still get the chills and I still get nervous when fighting that boss or that monster or whatever. You know, this game does such a good job at getting underneath your skin. It's like even the chasing. It's like, I know I'm gonna be okay, you know, because I've done the chasing multiple times. But every time I run, it's like the hair on the back of my neck stands up. Like, that's how you know they did a good job. This is phase 1 of the fight. I had no problems doing it. I had just enough ammo to defeat him going into phase 2. Phase 2 is kind of where it gets a little bit harder, because you have 2 of them chasing you now, one being a little bit faster. And you also kind of have to scavenge for material and also craft things. That part right there is when you saw him run past me. Oh my goodness. It got me so nervous. I've beaten this game a handful of times, and it's kind of nice, you know, to still have that adrenaline feeling of, oh shit, it's gonna get me, I gotta go, you know? Because as soon as it touches you, you're dead. And that's another thing I kind of like about this boss fight, is you have one who you can take a few hits, and then you have another one where you cannot let it touch you. I like that, you know, it's a cool dynamic. And you're in such an enclosed area, on water, so they're following you all the time. Everything about this fight to me just it screams chaotic, and I love it. I give that infected a 2-piece and a biscuit to create some space, and I just move on. What's funny is he's right behind me, chasing me. So right now I'm just scavenging, looking for material or resources or whatever you want to call it, to kind of get a layout of where stuff is. I know that if I were to die, that all these things that I'm fighting right now will be in the exact same spot. So it's one of those things where it's like I'm preparing myself just in case for, you know, my inevitable death pretty much. But I do try my best to get through it on the very first try. The things that go through my head while I'm playing the game, for example, is like I'm basically telling myself, it's like, you can do this, you can do this, but I know that I'm gonna get greedy based off of how I'm thinking that. It's like every time, like for example, when I shot that bullet right there, I'm like, okay, you know, it should only take a few more bullets. So I start running, I try to create some space, and here I go again, shotgun ammo. I love this ammo. I should have crafted the pipe bombs, I feel like, because I might have been able to defeat him right here with the pipe bombs. I'm not sure. I was hoping that the shotgun was gonna be enough. Spoiler, it is not. So this is why in a lot of my other videos that I'll speed up a lot of my encounters, or I'll make cuts and edits and stuff, because against normal enemies, this is kind of what I'm doing. I'm just sprinting around the entire map, trying to pick people off one at a time, and some of it can be very time consuming, you know? So that's exactly why. I wanted to speed this part up, but in my head I was like, hey, like this is one of the last boss fights, this is one of the more epic ones, you know? One of the more scarier ones. You should definitely leave this in here. It's just uncut footage. So that was my thought process to why I didn't speed any of this up. As I'm playing Ring Around the Rosie with the pole. Yeah, this being one of like, this is exactly where I get caught. This being like my 5th, 6th, or 7th play run. I'm at the point where I kind of got everything figured out, you know, but I take such huge breaks in between that every single time that I get on, there, you know, there's always a learning curve, or there's just some things that you forget, you know. So every single time that I get on, it's like I combine my last playthrough with my new one, or I'll combine how I'm playing the new one with the very first time I played, which was, you know, just taking my time and not trying to get caught at all. There's different ways that you can play this game, and different ways you can end up in different encounters. And it's fun, you know, I like trying to make my way through that. So as you can see, I'm crafting my favorite ammo in the game. I also have some flamethrower left. For anyone that doesn't know, flamethrower makes this game easy mode, okay? I feel like you're supposed to accumulate all the flamethrower ammo and just kind of use it against the infected. That's not necessarily how I use it all the time. I use it kind of as a stun weapon, and what I mean by that is even against normal enemies, I'll just shoot it for a second, kind of catch their clothing on fire or something, and they'll start freaking out, which leaves them open to melee attacks. I'm not sure if that's smart or not, but that's just how I do it. Right here, I softened him up with the flamethrower, switched to the stupid strong pistol, and just finished the first part off. So now we only have to worry about the smaller one.
This took way longer than us. The next one should be easy. 10 to hand combat, no problem.
This is going to be the last encounter for the video. I wanted to get through this one because I wanted to make it to day 3, which has my absolute favorite mission in the entire game. And that's when you're being sniped at by Tommy. The reason why it's my favorite game is because I remember how I felt the very first time I played that. And just being sniped at alone, I was like, man, this is awesome. You know, and when you're chasing him inside the building, I saw Tommy and I was like, there's no way, you know, and everything started to make sense about who the sniper was. And I was like, there's no way I didn't connect the dots until I started, you know, giving chase. But so much was happening, you know, you're trying to avoid being hit, you know, you got infected chasing you and stuff like that, that it's kind of overwhelming to try to make that prediction. It's not a hard one to make, but it was one of those super, like, cool instances where I'm chasing him and I'm like, is that fucking Tommy? There's no shot. And yeah, it was. Well, anyways, that's gonna do it for the video. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, a like would mean an absolute ton. As always, I love y'all and I hope y'all stay safe.
Come here. I'm not chasing you for 5 minutes. Get over here. Ah. It's over. Say less.